welcome. If you're going to be watching me in future from now, in the future from now, welcome as well to my channel. My name is Sage Aperere, and the title of this channel is Sage Talks Biz. So if you want to know anything about business, making money, cryptocurrencies, which is the main gist of my channel, definitely leave a subscribe and also like the video as well. Watch my other videos as well. I have a lot of videos covering different sorts of topics on how you can make money online and how you can also still earn through crypto as well. So we're going to get into the topic very shortly, but yes, if you bought Bitcoin at the top, this is the ultimate video you need to watch. Apart from the other ultimate videos that are out there, this is certainly the one you need to watch as well. For those of you who don't know, if you're new here, I make videos like this every Tuesdays and Saturdays. So Tuesdays are my live videos where I kind of come online with a live session. We just talk, we can hang out, chat. I have a topic set, which like this topic of what we have today, and then on Saturday is my more revised, edited videos where I give you guys another topic as well, covering the crypto market or any other thing I might be interested in related to finance. All right, so welcome. If you're interested in that, you know that that's your thing, definitely leave a subscribe. I really appreciate that, and also like the video and share these live streams as well, and also my videos as well. They definitely help my channel grow. All right, so I think that's enough fluffing for for the day. So let's get right into the topic. So I'm just going to start talking. So not a lot of people are here yet, so I'm just going to start talking. If anybody comes in the middle of the video, you can watch it after I've finished uploading it. Remember, these videos are also going to be uploaded as well, so you guys should definitely watch them, support me by watching them, and also liking the video as well. All right, so if you bought Bitcoin at the top, this is the video to watch. All right, so what am I talking about? So in this video, we're going to be covering the price history of Bitcoin. Now, I have the very first live video that I did on this channel. I spoke about the price history of Bitcoin. All right, but I didn't speak about that in this context. So you can think about this as part 2, right? So I'm going to leave the link. This is my left, so you're going to see it on your right. So I'm going to leave the link over here so you guys can definitely check it out. This is the part 2 of that, like I said. And as always, I have my book where I write down my thoughts to kind of be able to streamline it to you guys and give you guys, make it flow very effortlessly. It's not as if I don't know these things off head. Some things I needed to get it online, but I still wrote everything down so I'll be able to give you guys. So in case if you guys see me looking down, that is the reason why. I don't think I need to always say this. I seem to always say this every single time. I just feel like new people that are going to be coming to the channel won't really understand why I'm always looking down to talk to you guys. I just want to be able to like give you guys a very straightforward stream of thoughts. All right, so let's begin. So according to, if you bought Bitcoin at the top, I'm going to be starting from all the way back in time as far as I could find. The very first, as far as I know, because Bitcoin was launched in 2009. All right, so the very first bear market that Bitcoin ever had was in 2011. So Bitcoin started in 2009. Bitcoin didn't really have any price or any price movements till I think 2010. All right, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Bitcoin went all the way from like $0 to like $0.09, which is like 9 cents, right? So Bitcoin went from nothing to worth 9 cents, which was still basically worth nothing. Imagine getting Bitcoin for like 9 cents, right? But that was like the very first move, but nothing really happened until 2011, when Bitcoin rose all the way, finally broke $1 in 2011, finally broke $1 and went all the way to $32. So that was like a 3,100% return on your purchase, right? On your investment of Bitcoin. So if you bought Bitcoin in 2011, it rose finally got to $1 and then finally got to $32. So that was basically a 3,000% return on your money. Now, that's not the real reason why I said this, but that was basically to give you guys a context of when Bitcoin actually started rising in price. It was in 2011. Now, that same 2011 2011, we had our first bear market in Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin crashed all the way from $32, okay, and then crashed to $2. Hey guys, I hope I'm still connected. I don't know why my network keeps flopping. I need to get another network. But anyways, I'm just gonna keep talking. So if you guys can hear me clearly, please just let me know in the comment section or in the chat that you can still see me and you can still hear me for some reason. Oh, all right, crypto every day. Welcome, man. Welcome. How are you doing, man? Thanks. All right. So I'm just gonna continue. So like I said, we had our first all right, awesome, man. Dija. All right. So if we bought Bitcoin at the top in 2011, it got to $32. So you bought Bitcoin when you were just hearing about, then Bitcoin was not even popular, so not really a lot of people knew about Bitcoin. Maybe like a niche people, like a niche amount of people, like people that you call nerds are the ones that probably knew about Bitcoin back then. So Bitcoin was basically, it got to its high of $32. That was when you got into the market. Bitcoin basically crashed all the way from $32 to $2. Now, this was a 93% drop in Bitcoin's price. All right. So in 2011, you just bought this thing, you don't know what it was, and then you're like, okay, let me just buy it. It's probably going to go up, right? And then it crashes in price by 93% all the way down to $2. Now, you wouldn't have made anything, or you wouldn't have made your money back until 2013. All right. So it's 2011, it crashed, and then all the way through to 2012, nothing happened till 2013. And then from 2013, that $32 that you bought Bitcoin for in 2013 would have now risen, or basically rose back to one. It rose even passing the previous price of $32 to $1,000. So you bought Bitcoin at the top in 2011, it crashed to $2, which was a 93% drop in price. Now from 2013, it now rose back up again from that $32 to $1,000, which was basically a 3,000% return on your investment. Guys, if you're joining my live, I really welcome you guys. I really appreciate it. Please just give me a like, guys. It really supports the channel and it helps me grow. I really like that stuff. Okay, so definitely do that and say hello in the chat box as well. All right, so we have crypto every day. Welcome, man. I really missed. I think you didn't show up last week, guy. I don't think you showed up last week, so I hope you're good though. And Dija, welcome. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's Dijas, but I think it's Dija. All right, welcome, man. Welcome, guys. Man, woman, I don't know. I know crypto every day is a guy, but I don't know about the other person. Anyways, let me get back into it. All right, so basically, those of you just joining, I'm talking about the price history of Bitcoin. Now, if you guys remember, in my very first live, I had made a video like this before, but so you can think about this as part 2. That one was basically giving you the price history of how Bitcoin had moved, but this one is more specific of, okay, Dija. All right, welcome. All right, thank God I didn't mistake you for a guy. Okay, so I'm making this video is about the price history of, but in more specific, if you bought Bitcoin at the top. So basically, what would have happened if you bought Bitcoin at the top? Because I was thinking of what video to make for you guys today, and I realized that between this year and last year, or I would say between last year and 2 years ago, 2021 and 2020, a lot of my friends, I introduced a lot of my friends to Bitcoin because they know me as the Bitcoin guy, the crypto guy, right? So a lot of them actually ended up buying at the top, including me myself. I also bought some Bitcoin at the top as well, right? And they have kind of like turned their backs on crypto, which is normal. Like people whose experience it is to get into cryptocurrency, and then you bought at the very top, and then we are still like in this bear market right now, you probably don't want to come back in. So I decided to like, what would I tell them, or what would I explain to them? I mean, I've explained these things to my friends, but it's like they don't want to listen. But I kind of think, okay, let me make a video about it, and what will I tell people? What should people actually know about cryptocurrency, about Bitcoin? All right, so hence why I'm making this. Now, to not keep ranting, or to not keep rambling, sorry. So you bought Bitcoin in 2011 at the top for $32, crashed to $2, 93% drop. In 2013, it now rose from that $32 now that you bought Bitcoin had now risen to $1,000. So basically, this was a 3,000% return on your investment. Now, we now had a second bear market. All right. So our second bear market started in 2013. Okay, the second bear market started in 2013 and went all the way to like 2016. Okay, so we had our, so if you bought Bitcoin, let's say when it had risen from $32 to $1,000, then you now bought Bitcoin for $1,000. All right, and the second bear market resumed or started, sorry. That $1,000 basically now fell all the way to $532. Okay, like it fell even below lower than that, but I'm just kind of sticking to the time at the end of 2016 what the price was, right? So at the time it has fallen down to the end of 2016, your $1,000 that you bought Bitcoin for was basically now $532. So at this point you have lost 46% of your return, or you've basically lost 46% of your investment in Bitcoin, right? So somebody brand new comes into the market, has this entire, like, the person who bought it like for $32 has had their like panic movement, and then they probably said, oh my god, this is such a waste of investment, but then they stuck to it and held on to it. They've already made money, so those guys are for sure, they sure know that, okay, yes, this thing naturally works. It crashed and then it has gone back up in price. But somebody brand new now came into the market in 2013 when they now bought it at $1,000 and then it now crashed down to $532. Now that is a 46% drop in Bitcoin's price. Now compared to today, that's not so much, but somebody who is brand new in the market, that is a lot of drop. It's like most people would basically just get their money out, because they're like, okay, if I put $1,000 into it and then now it's like $500, why am I still in this market? They get out, right? But if you held on to it, okay, if you held on to it till 2017, your $1,000 which you put into the market, or if you bought Bitcoin at $1,000, you're now basically, regardless, I don't know how much, maybe you bought 100,000 naira worth of Bitcoin and then it's now 50,000 naira, right? Or 56,000 naira in this point, or 53,000 naira, I don't know. But anyways, you now have like, let's say 50,000 naira. If you had actually waited, okay, in 2017, that's 100,000 naira worth of Bitcoin basically had now risen all the way to $19,000. Okay, so Bitcoin at $1,000, if you bought one Bitcoin at $1,000, that $1,000 has now risen to $19,000. Now calculate how much 100,000 naira is in 1,800% movement. Okay, so $1,000 to $19,000 is basically a return of 1,800%. So now, why am I making this video? Why am I telling you guys this? It's that you need to understand this market. Okay, you need to understand that this has happened in the past, and some people need to basically hear it. I know for some people who have been in the crypto market for a while now, some of you actually understand this stuff. I know that yes, it will come back up again, but sometimes people actually need to hear it and see that yes, this has happened before. All right, if you're I see some new people are joining in. If you're new here, just say hi in the chat, and also don't forget to like the video as well. It definitely helps me, and don't forget to share it as well on your social media platform or wherever you want to share it if you want to. All right guys, so in second bear market, to revise that all over again, 2013 to 2016, if you bought Bitcoin at the top, it would have crashed all the way to $532, which was a basically approximately 50% drop in price, and then it didn't now come back up again to meet your price until 2017. Think about that, 2013 all the way to 2017. How long is that? That is more than 4 years, right? That's more than 4 years. So you don't have made any money, or you don't have made anything on your investment in Bitcoin until 4 years later, 2017, when Bitcoin now finally rose to $19,000. Okay, now $19,000 is basically a 1,800% return on your investment. Think about if you decide to behave like people who, you know, we always have people like this in the market every time. People will panic and people will just say, okay, you know what, screw this, I'm out of this market. They say bye-bye, right? And then they end up losing half of their money or 90% of their money. As we are now, we are like minus 74% right now, but I'm coming to that anyways. So if you just held on, you basically would have made, this is basically 18 times your original investment. So if you invested 100,000 naira, you would have basically gotten 1.8 million naira just from that 100,000 naira investment within 4 years. Okay, that is what this is basically saying. If you bought Bitcoin in 2013, anyways, that happened. Let's just say the person who bought in the second bear market now finally understands, okay, this is how this market works now. They stuck to it already, right? Now in the third bear market, let's just say we have another brand new person who now bought Bitcoin at the top of $19,000. Okay, remember Bitcoin rose from 2017 from $1,000 to $19,000, right? And then it now crashed back down to $3,000. Okay, so in 2017 you now bought Bitcoin for $19,000, and then it now crashed back down to $3,100. Now that is an 83% drop in Bitcoin's price. Okay, so people who bought it in 2017 at the top, I'm sure this one most of us can naturally remember, because this was when Bitcoin was now starting to become very, very popular. And then I'm sure most of you guys remember this, at least for those guys who have been in at least one bear market. That happened. Bitcoin rose all the way to 20, at least I can remember this. Bitcoin rose all the way to $19,000, and I remember it crashing. And then that was around the same time too that MMM crashed as well. And then I was just like, oh my god, this is crazy. But anyways, that's another story for another day. But basically I had that same kind of experience, and it wasn't fun. Okay, it wasn't fun, but it happened. Bitcoin crashed, and then that was like an 83% drop. Most people would have definitely gotten it. It has dropped way more than we have even dropped even in this bear market right now. Bitcoin dropped by that much. Imagine having something at 19,000 and then drops all the way to like $3,000. Most people will just get out. Anyways, if you stuck onto that, you held on to it, you bought one Bitcoin, you just held on to it, or whatever amount you spent on it, you just held on to it. In 2020, Bitcoin basically rose all the way to $69,000. That is the most recent high that we just had now in the bull market. Okay, now we're now in another bear market. So basically, if you bought Bitcoin at $19,000 from 2017, in 2020 you would have basically gotten, Bitcoin rose all the way to $69,000, and you'd have gotten a 263% return on your investment. So basically almost 300%. It's not as much as the other ones, but at least it's still something, right? So basically you'd have basically made 3 times your investment basically in 4 years. Most of our I know one thing is this, right? Crypto has kind of like spoiled us. Where we kind of see, oh wow, this return, because if you really look at it, 2017, you waited 2017 to 2020 before you actually got Bitcoin come back to your price and then went up, and then it was only just a 300% return, right? As opposed to 1,800, as opposed to 3,000% return, right? Most of us have been spoiled by massive, huge returns on Bitcoin, that even this 300% return now that we had in the previous bear market, we kind of look at it as that was not that much. But if you really look at it, if you kept that same money in your bank account, okay, they are even taking money from it, all right, you will hardly see investments that will give you that return. Now, we're not even talking about other cryptocurrencies. I'm just sticking with Bitcoin, okay? So now, Bitcoin rose all the way from $19,000 in 2020 all the way to $69,000, which was what we just had in our previous bull run. And now in 2021, Bitcoin has crashed all the way from $69,000, and now we've crashed all the way to as low as $17,600. All right, so I don't know if the bear market is done yet, or if this is the lowest low that we found so far, but as you guys can see, this is definitely not the first time that this has happened before. Okay, so right now we've crashed by 74% so far. All right, so our first bear market, we crashed by 93%. Second bear market, we crashed by 46%. Third bear market, we crashed by 83%. And now so far we've crashed by 74%. But still, the market has been recovering every single time. All right, that's something I also want you guys to know, is that one thing you should know is that Bitcoin will always recover even if you bought at the top. At least I have showed you guys evidence of that. And these things, you can find them online by yourself. All right. I'm just making this live video to kind of show it to you guys, because I know prior to when I started this YouTube channel and I decided that, okay, I'm going to start going out there sourcing for information and talking to you guys about it, right? I wouldn't even look at this type of information. What I'll just be thinking of is, okay, I bought this thing, I have lost more than 90% of my investment in it, sell it, this is basically useless, right? Even by the time it even crashes to like 50%, I've sold it already. Okay, but now, thanks to creating this channel and obviously being interested in crypto, I am able to go look at these informations out there and see that, wow, this has actually happened in the past. And at least for one bear market, the last bear market that we were in, I was actually in the market then, and I definitely saw this for myself. Bitcoin rose all the way to $19,000 and crashed. Okay, that was crazy. All right, so now what should you take out of all this that I'm saying right now, okay, is that if you bought Bitcoin at the top, you should know that Bitcoin always recovers no matter what. All right, now this is not financial advice. If you know that you're not okay being in this market, or you're not okay with cryptocurrencies in general, you're not okay with the volatility, of course, definitely get out of the market. I am not going to advise you on what you should do or what you shouldn't do. Okay, I am just giving my own opinion about things. All right, so one, Bitcoin always recovers, and also you need to be patient to be a part of this market. All right, you need patience. It's very, very, very clear, guys. You can remember, you can see from 2011, if you bought Bitcoin at $32, Bitcoin basically didn't rise again until 2013. 3 years later, Bitcoin didn't rise until 2013. All right, most people would have given up, most people would have gotten out of the market. Same thing happened. Second bear market was even the longest. That happened started in 2013, and then you wouldn't have made your money back. If you bought Bitcoin when it was $1,000, you wouldn't have made your money back until 2017. That is freaking long. So you basically need to be patient whenever these things happen. And also, Bitcoin is a marathon, not a sprint. You have to realize that people who actually make the most amount of money, wealth, right, they don't invest hastily, or they're not kind of like these flip-flopping guys where they just get into the market today to make this quick cash and then get out and stuff like that, right? Whatever they are investing in, be it stock, real estate, whatever it is, they invest in it for the long term. Okay, you make money long term, not, you know, with this short mindset of, oh, Bitcoin is up today, let me quickly buy it. Oh, Bitcoin crashed tomorrow, I'm out of the market, right? Bitcoin is a marathon, not a sprint. And also, you need to take every opportunity you have to buy it every single time. Okay, now you should know that according to this history, okay, Bitcoin's bear market history, Bitcoin takes an average of 2.5 years for the market to stay in a bear trend, right? So far in every bear market, Bitcoin has taken an average of 2.5 years before it recovers. Okay, this is why I'm saying take every opportunity you have to buy it during those times. All right, now that I've seen that in the past it has taken 2.5 years on average for Bitcoin to stay in a bear market, you should take advantage of that. Most people just forget about Bitcoin during that 2.5 years that we are in a bear market, right? Or even a year or a year and a half that we're in a bear market. Most people forget about Bitcoin. Okay, they sell it, forget about it until when the market gets high again. That is the time that you need to buy it, because that is an opportunity. Okay, a bear market is always an opportunity. You bought Bitcoin at the top. I also bought Bitcoin at the top, guys. Okay, crazy stuff. But when you know that you're investing in an asset, or you're holding an asset which cannot be controlled by any government, which your wealth cannot be stolen by anybody, okay, there's no I sent you oh, I sent you $100, haven't you gotten it yet? Oh, the bank is closed or anything like that. Bitcoin is working 24/7. We have all that stuff in the network, and also it's rising in price, you know, compared to our inflated naira, dollar, whatever it is, right? So basically, you need to take every opportunity that you can get to buy Bitcoin. Just take every opportunity that you can get to buy Bitcoin. And also, Another thing you should know is that, yes, I separated all the bear markets into, oh, sure, we had the first bear market. So let's just assume one guy bought Bitcoin in 2011, another guy bought Bitcoin in 2013, another guy bought Bitcoin in 2017, and then another guy bought Bitcoin in 2021, right? If you had bought Bitcoin in 2011 and then just held on to it, all right, 2011 at its high, I'm making a point here. If you bought Bitcoin in 2011 at its high of $32, somebody, I'm pretty sure, maybe there's a chance, I would say there's a 70, maybe 80% chance that somebody bought Bitcoin in 2011 and they were like, and then Bitcoin at $32. Somebody bought Bitcoin in 2011 at $32, and then Bitcoin crashed, and then they're like, oh my god, this is crazy. I just bought Bitcoin at the top. I bought it at $32 and I basically lost 93% of my investment. Okay, I'm pretty sure, I would say 85% sure, because not a lot of people were into Bitcoin back then, but for Bitcoin to have risen to $32, quite a number of people were into it already. So there's probably somebody that actually bought Bitcoin and then they were like, oh my god, I bought it at the top, I bought it at the wrong time, and then I've lost so much money. But for some reason, maybe they just left it, because then again, it's just $32, right? They just left it. They probably didn't sell it, but they are just like, you know what, this is a bad investment, I'm out of it. All right, okay. Now, if you had just held on to that $32 that you think you bought at the top in 2011, you would have made, percentage-wise, at the top of $69,000, which we just got to last year. We got to a high of $69,000. Was it in January? I can't really remember. I think January was when we got to $69,000, something like that. Anyways, we got to $69,000 last year, all right? You would have made a return of over 215,000%. Now, that is, if you bought Bitcoin for $32, one Bitcoin, it would have basically given you $69,000, because that was how high we went. But that was basically a return of 215,000% return, right? Now, another thing that would also blow your mind too is that even though right now that we think we're in a crash, yes, we are in a bear market right now. Bitcoin has crashed in price, yes. But even in our lowest low that we've gone to, or in the present price that we are right now of $23,000, when I was writing this note down, Bitcoin was at $23,000. If you are still at that price, you're still 71,000%. You have still made 71,000% return on your money of $32. That's a freaking sweet deal. Now, this was just obviously the first bear market that we had, and this was done over a decade ago. This happened over a decade ago. But think of the next decade. Okay, you are thinking right now that you bought Bitcoin at $69,000. All right. In the next decade, there's somebody that will be saying, look at some lucky people that actually bought Bitcoin at $69,000 and then just held on to it. So if you bought 50,000 naira worth of Bitcoin, if you bought 1 million naira worth of Bitcoin, if you bought $69,000 worth of Bitcoin and just left it as it is, what would the next 10 years look like? Okay, so this thing that you should take note of. So this is something that you should take note of. My life just reconnected. I hope I'm still live, guys. I'm almost done, guys, so I'm sorry for the long talk. Now, according to Bitcoin's price history, okay, since 2011 at least, right, in every bull run, the market has returned an average of 2,000%. Okay, so since the very first bull run that we had, the market has always given us an average of, if you calculate all those returns and then calculate an average from that, the market has always given a 2,000% return of a 2,000% return in your investment. Okay, so obviously we have not really had a lot of bull runs in the market. Obviously, as the market continues to grow, Bitcoin cannot always return 1,000% every year anymore, or 3,000% on every bull run. Okay, we are going to have it come down over time, but so far we have been getting 2,000% on average. So even if you even bought Bitcoin at the second bear market of like 2013, okay, you're still like way up on your money. All right, so this is something that you should also think about, that okay, so what is something that always come back. See, forget all those guys that are always saying, because there will always be those people who say oh, Bitcoin is dead, crypto is dead, don't get into it, right? And look at the price now, it's evidence that it's there. There's always those people. Even in the stock market, there are those people. Even in the forex market, there are those people. There's always going to be those people who would always say the market is dying, don't get into the market. Okay, but look at what I've just shown you guys so far with the history of price. Guys, this thing is online. Okay, you can go and look at it by yourself. Okay, you can Google it. Google is your friend. You will see that the Bitcoin did not just become $69,000 in one day. Okay, it didn't just all of a sudden was created and then now it's now $69,000. It started all the way from zero. Okay, so and it has had multiple times that it crashed. The most difficult time to be in Bitcoin was probably even the first bear market. Okay, when you're like, this thing is probably going to zero, it's probably not going to come out again, and maybe probably the second one too. But after then, if you've gone through first, second, you're probably not even worried anymore. Same thing for somebody who, most of us who probably you're watching this video, you probably got into the market at the third bear market when Bitcoin rose all the way to $19,000. Okay, now this fourth bear market would be our second bear market. Like this is my second bear market in Bitcoin or in crypto. Now, am I going to be worried in the next, because there will be another bear market after this again? After Bitcoin has risen all the way to maybe $150,000, there will probably be another bear market. Am I going to be worried about that? Absolutely not, because I already know that Bitcoin has shown time over time that it will always come back up in price. All right, so that's just something that you guys should know and take note of. And like I said, it's not always going to return 1,000% every bull run, or it's not going to always return 2,000%. In fact, the last bull run, it returned 263%. Now that was from, if you bought Bitcoin at $19,000 at the top of $19,000, and then by the time it got to $69,000, it has only just returned like 200% on your investment, right? Like I said, it's going to get lower over time, because as the market continues to grow, Bitcoin cannot always like grow by that much anymore, which is fine. But still, over time, you would make tons of money. Now, we are not even talking about, we are just talking about Bitcoin. We're not even talking about the other cryptocurrencies that have good utility, just like Bitcoin, that are solving some other great, that have some like big ambitions to, like, you know, create equality and stuff like that, like Cardano, even Ethereum. We have Avalanche, we have Cosmos, we have like so many other great cryptocurrencies out there that were obviously Bitcoin is older than all of them, right? And those ones are, this is probably their first bear market or even their second bear market, right? So which means that they have a lot of room to grow, right? So when you think about that, you know that crypto is not going anywhere, Bitcoin is not going anywhere. And if you bought Bitcoin at the top, you should definitely know that this is not the end. Okay, you're always going to recover your losses and even go higher. All right, so that is it for this little sermon. If you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comment section down below. For some reason, I seem to have lost all my viewers. Yes, I have a brand new channel, so I don't have a lot of viewers, but you guys watching this in future, definitely give me a like. Leave your comments down in the comment section if you have any questions. And remember, I make these videos every week. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. All right, guys, so I think that will be all for now. Barring, now that I don't even have anybody over here, let me see if I have questions in the chats so I can answer them, and then the people who were here can just go and watch them later, watch this video later. All right, so Teacher is a lady. Yes, I can see that. And then Crypto Dreamer, great piece of education. I'm glad you enjoyed the video and appreciate it, man. You guys are the reasons why I make this thing every time. I don't have to make these videos, but you guys are the reasons why I make it. So anyways, guys, that's it for this video, and I will see you guys this weekend on Saturday. All right, so cheers, guys.